Okay, here is my level. I tried recording earlier, but had a crash and kind of decided I didn't like my comments. So, whiteout, it's bright. So here's my level. The name of the level is Light in the Dark, as you can see here. Um, and the point of this is a Middle Eastern setting. I don't know, it can be Iraq, Afghanistan, don't really care. Um, Mostly Afghanistan though, because it's less urban. And so you have two player starting areas, each with a cavern slash like cave entrance, as you can see here. Um, this one, it's not going to get moved. I'm gonna be honest. Um, but as you can see, the hole kind of leans more towards this side. Not a fan of that, but I committed way too many hours already, and I think the balance should still even out based on how the map is loaded out, which you'll see in a second. Um, with the village being topside, there will eventually be tunnel entrances to some overwatch positions on the little bit higher surrounding mountains that will kind of look down into this village that you can get to from the cavern, or if you want to make the death march up the mountain, cool, do it. Um, no one will congratulate you, they'll probably just shoot you. So, moving into the cave, you come down this ramp. You'll see a lot of these mannequins everywhere. It's just something I do to make sure I don't have to do things too many times. Like, hopefully just once, maybe twice. But honestly, probably 5 to 10 times. So I put these mannequins here for scale, so you can kind of understand as I'm zooming through this level what that feels like. And kind of the point of this side, you have a longer way to go to the middle, but you're presented with some unique options to tackle how you want to enter the actual, I would say, the focal point of the level. Um, my opinion, maybe other people perceive it differently, but you're presented with basically more options off the start to how you want to get around that level. Um, there's an area right that will be some rock outcroppings with some arches. Just imagine megascans like cave texture slash static meshes kind of slammed everywhere to make this beautiful photo scanned cave slash tunnel system. So you have some tunnels here. This one is just a little flow loop. So if you're in here, you shoot bad guys, shooting a guy here, and all of a sudden a team comes and starts chasing you, you can go, aha, I can come down this way, and I can either try and boogie and make it to mid, and if I go mid, I can then wrap down this tunnel, and if I come down this tunnel, I can go cool, and they're chasing me, and I can come back up and try and loop around behind them, or end up picking a different path and zooming around here. Have lots of options to move through these hallways with different pieces of cover still scattering about, or I can go this way, and this will lead you. This is one of the ways to get up top to where the scaffolding is. And so it's kind of a danger area because you get shot from above. Um, so it's kind of like really there'd be like 5 levels or so because there'll be some two-story buildings in the middle here. I've planned for two-story buildings, the rest one-story. So you'd have 1, 2 for the stories. Then you'd hit 3 on the scaffolding, uh, 4 on ground level, and then 5 in the tunnels. So just trying to make it kind of as flowy and formy as possible was the goal of this. And so you kind of have this little tunnel hub. Um, all roads lead to death in the middle here. And from here, you just have this ability to really, if you use it smartly and quickly and keep your dashes and stuff like that, spam grenades, suppressing fire, all those good things, uh, you can basically figure out ways to tackle challenges where the enemy may be entrenched or kind of fighting you from. And there's pretty much at any given point in this level, there's always a way to flank them. So there's always inherent risk with that, but you're able to just maneuver around the map if they're not camping it to come up on the other side without going through that death trap in the middle. You're also able to come back to the beginner area, and I can lead out here, or I can skip kind of this ramp section, or you can come out and come from underneath the stairs and maybe try and peek this and make sure no one's there, maneuver around, use some cover, come down this hallway, and I can always cut back if somebody is chasing me to like toss a grenade or something. And you're just kind of always able to have some good sight lines, but the major objective of this map is just to make it pretty much make your heart race. Like, you should feel danger because it is designed for 12 to 15 player teams. So ideally there's 28 to 30 players on this map. It's large. It's 253 by 253. So kind of on one of the smallest recommended landscape sizes for Unreal, but it does a good job for as small as it is. It feels much bigger, especially once you start running around. Um, and so this is where the other team starts. They have kind of, because they can hit this hole much faster if they wanted to and just drop in. Highly not recommended, but it's an option. Um, they also, in order to get kind of the more safe way into, I'm lost, into the actual cavern, they have a longer tunnel traverse as intended. Once I realized that the hole was offset a little too much, and so I just gave them kind of a lengthier entrance, and so this will lead them down into some cover where they can overlook this kind of mining operation. I don't know if it's mining operation, but it's something in the middle with some scaffolding. And then they also have the option right off the bat, like with the other team and their cave entrance, they can make it right where it's pretty darn safe because it dead ends. Um, I'm thinking about adding a kind of like some holes in the wall right here to where you'd be able to see basically from entrance to entrance um, and potentially get some shots off there. But this leads down here, and this actually pops up over to that other side, so you can shoot from that other side, or you can come down below and wait for them, because that is the other team's side, sort of. And then this leads to the middle, and then from the middle, the point of this tunnel is to kind of skip this potentially dangerous situation that you're presented with right here as soon as you enter the cavern. So you can kind of risk it and try and use, it's about uh, 11 and a half feet or something like that, converting centimeters. So you have some pretty good breakup for sight lines as far as where you're going to get shot from, but still inherently dangerous from this side. I made sure to lower this landscape, so if you're standing here, you still have some pretty good shots down in the middle. And then from here, you kind of have two options. You go right, which you're presented with a way to get up and towards the other player's start, or you go the other right, or mid, and then you're directly under the player's start, and you might be able to kind of peek and sneak some shots or trace them down. And then you have straight, and straight just takes you directly across. So you're able to come directly across the map and be able to, I'll just hit play now. Hopefully it doesn't crash. And so now you'll be able to get some shots up there, and you know, if you wanted to, then you can like huck a grenade up there, throw them off, come this way, and then from here, as you threw your grenade, maybe you scared them off and they decided to come this way, you like shit, I don't want to get hit by a grenade. And then just kind of move along. These are the plans for the lights. I'm just using an emissive material because the lighting, it can be tricky, and I don't think it's particularly worth the expense. So I'll use these emissive materials, ideally on some sort of like hanging light bulb using the cable system, and put some wooden beams. And so once you come here, you can actually loop back again, surprise, surprise, and you're able to come back again. And now I have a sight down that tunnel, as well as some sights there. I come this way, I've got some sights here. And then, you know, you have this other choice. I can see the other team can come down to the other side of that tunnel, as shown before. I've got a little bit more elevation here to shoot, or I can come completely up top. I have a nice little divot, and then I can actually start doing some damage from up here. Ideally, the plan, we're not doing placements, but health and rifles, you know, would be here in the middle. And then if I come down this way, I've got some more ramps. I've got the option to come here, all the way across the map. I can also see the other player's starting area. You got some nice sights in the tunnel here. Come through this way, and this leads back to the a player starting tunnel right there. So lots of ways to kind of just constantly be traversing and moving. Being able to go down that way, and then if you want to get up on the scaffolding, you can do a couple of unique things. You can use your super awesome dash ability to get up here, or you can use the provided ramp if you're a little bit more on the handicap nature for jumping. This one is only jumping. Oh, missed. So I'm handicapped on the dash, and kind of from here it just leads, everything just kind of flows back. I was trying to think in like, my mind went in circles, even though the whole map is made with a cube, literally a cube. I think I made like 7 or 8 same cubes and just use them for different things, but you can kind of get the feeling everything kind of connects, and so you have this central hub and the flow. You have this main inner circle, like a circle, and then you have these tunnels, which they don't directly flow, and this is kind of where I was thinking more of just like asterisk style. I'm still thinking if I want to add one more tunnel out that way, but it feeds this way, it feeds this way, it feeds this way, it feeds that way, it feeds that way, and so really the only way the tunnel doesn't go is to this one entrance. Other than that, they're all connected to the main point here, so if I added it, it would go right there. But you can kind of just have a lot of unique opportunities for some really fun gameplay. If it's not Lyra bots, there's no, I don't know the requirements, but I didn't see anything. There's no plans to use launch pads. I hate them. I don't think they would do this level any justice, and I did not build it with that in mind. So there's that. Just standard third-person shooter gunfights. If I did one launch pad, I thought about it, and it would most likely end up kind of going off of a flat spot here. You would jump on it, and it would take you to the top of the roof. And that's honestly the only spot I'd really even like to see a jump pad. Other than that, there's no room for how I plan this out. So yeah, I'm gonna keep rambling because I haven't slept, and make a lot more sense once it's actually decorated. But there's just so many unique ways to kind of traverse this. There's this little secret where you can go out of bounds, and it still needs to get fixed. So that's fine. But you have this entrance as well, and this one's kind of cool because you can enter down some of these more death trappy styles, and you're immediately presented with a really tough situation where normally like you'd have the standard T hallway, well now you have 3 directions, and you better hope that somebody's not dropping in right there or coming down that way, or trying to traverse from mid into here. So just all around good danger. And then I'll continue to kind of uneven the ground. I don't want it to just be a flat surface. It should feel like it's a cave and rough, and, you know, have rocks around it and stuff. So yeah, that is my very rough